So if you look at it, right now we have 4,922 homeowners that we send this email out to every single month. And out of that, 336.98 are active, 619 deactivated, 450 unsubscribed, 23 failed. And then if you look at this activity in the past 30 days, this is the good stuff. So we sent out 2,909 reports. Of that, 2,100 were opened. That's a 73% open rate. And some dug in even a little bit deeper. There were 745 people that dug in deeper into the reviews. So having said that, that just creates engagement. And Melanie and Jenny can tell you that every month we have a ton of emails that come in here. And there's a lot of opportunities in here for real estate agents, especially because the main question that they ask is, how legit is the value that you're showing me on my house? And what we tell them is this: hey, the best way to get a true evaluation of that is to get a CMA from a realtor. And it doesn't cost you anything. And you don't need to be buying or selling a house right now to get one for free. And so that's where we get you connected as the real estate agent to do a CMA for them. And that leads to a conversation, and conversations lead to more business. And so that's one of the features that HomeIQ has. And Mandy, just hop on here. Mandy, how are you?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Nice to
And
see
then
you.
um, and then the other thing is I just want to show you real quick what a report looks like. So this is what your clients will get. Um, Number one, this is a report. This is my house. This is the property I bought in
Bought in
2000
2000.
that I bought in 2008. And so the first thing it does, it shows this is the equity that your home is. The most important part of this report is that it keeps them off of the internet, keeps them off of Zillow, keeps them away from other realtors, poaching people that know, trust, and like you, and that you've done business with in the past. And so it shows me that I have equity of $148,000. It says they estimate my home to be worth 242,600 bucks. And then it also shows if I sold my home, how much money could I make? And then if I did a cash out refi, how much money could I make? And if I wanted to get a line of credit. So it helps people, it empowers people really to take action using their home, which is probably one of their best financial tools and biggest financial purchases that they'll make in a lifetime. And then,
Can I stop you just for 1 sec, Jeff?
sure. Yeah.
Okay, so right now you're looking at the report in preview mode, and we
Yep.
do that so you don't track as an analytic whenever you're just looking at the report. But if you want to look at the report like the homeowner sees the report, which is how I
Yeah.
want your agents to look at it right now,
Yeah.
we're going to need to take the URL out of preview mode. So what you're going to do is you're going to go up to the URL and you're going to delete everything after the word preview. So that little question mark and the word preview gone. Yep, there you go.
Nice.
And then what this is going to do is this is going to show us the report exactly like your homeowners are going to see the report. And let's see, do it refresh and scroll down just a little bit. There we go. Okay. So what I
Yes.
love about this
Yeah.
is that not only is this report designed to keep you top of mind and be positioning you as the expert, and like he said, keep your homeowners off of the internet, but it's also designed to make it easy for your homeowners to engage and have conversation and connect with you. So all throughout the report, now that we're looking at it through the view of the homeowners, you can see these little blue buttons. And this is what he was talking about right when
Yep.
I first jumped on. This is what they click on 8 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10. How accurate is my home value? This is what they want to know. And if you are assigned to this homeowner because Jeff has assigned you to that homeowner or because you've uploaded your own homeowners, then that lead question of that question, how accurate is my home value? That question is going to go directly to you. And all throughout the report are these little blue buttons that are meant to just make it make it easy. And like what would they be asking right now? Oh, here's that question, and we make it really easy for them to just click. So if you want to keep going, Jeff, I just
Yep.
wanted to um, make sure we were looking at it through the view of the homeowners, which is what I think makes it so valuable, is because it's engaging. It's not just informative. It's meant to create connection.
Mandy, I'm so thankful that you showed me that because every time I go to show somebody Home IQ, I don't see the questions, but I know these questions are a click away
Yeah.
because they come into my inbox nonstop. Like And what I love about that is we're not chasing anybody. We're not chasing leads. Like people are contacting us and we're standing in front of them like the experts that we are, and they're asking us the questions, not Zillow, not other people on the internet, right? Um, so
Do we
yeah,
want
so
to give her access to share her screen?
yeah, I was gonna say, Mandy,
Okay.
you just want to take it from here? Do you want to pull up a report and start
I
running with it?
mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
do pretty good, but
Well, I'll run.
sure.
Let me finish this report and then you can
Yeah.
take
Okay, yeah,
over,
go
okay?
ahead.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
So for here, your clients will see they could sell their house and it helps them, it empowers them to take action, whether they want to sell their house, they want to do a cash out refi, just all that good stuff. And then they can get net fee sheets here, right? So like they could see if they sold it, what would the cost look like? Um, and then can you help me understand the fees? Are the lender fees negotiable? Again, to what Mandy was saying, they're easily clickable, get you engaged. This part, it shows what they've paid already towards their mortgage. And even if they wanted to apply a little bit more, because oftentimes somebody's like, if you apply one extra payment, this is how much you could save. You could bump this from
The
250
check is on. Did you get it? Thank you. I
to
hope
say like
so.
to say like 650 a month. How much more money could they save in interest by overpaying their mortgage? And then again, to Mandy's point, it has simple questions that they can click on that'll come straight to you and get engagement and start a conversation.
Well,
Um,
and I think the reason like why this is so important is just pointing out, Jeff, just so that everybody kind of knows, like this is a way for you to enter the people that you have either closed business with, interacted with in business, or just wanting to have information go out to them so that maybe future business. But you're staying in front of your clients that you've
yep.
closed in a monthly way that you can literally set it and forget it. And so like
Yeah.
you don't have to do much more than that. But again, then the nice part about it is there's so many other features and things that you can do within this, and it's free to you guys as agents. So okay, now you can take it away.
No, that's beautiful. I appreciate you saying that. This feature here is my favorite feature. I turned this on in 2020, and for a loan officer, it shows what their current rate is versus what the rates are today. And in 2020, when rates start to drop, we turned this thing on for about 1,800 people. And the lady that we had on our team at that time that was answering the phone, she called me panicking. And she goes, "What did you just do?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Our phones are blown off the hook because everybody wants a refinance." And it showed them in dollars and cents how much money they could save. Now, for me, it doesn't make sense because my current rate is at 3.125. So it says my mortgage payment would go up by 54 bucks a month if I was to refi. If I wanted to do a 15, this is what would happen. So it doesn't make sense for me, but for some people, it does make sense. And here's the thing it hits for me. When I first got into mortgages in 2001, my mom today, she's 88 years old. She still works 40 hours a week at Shop and Save. At the time, my dad was retired, but he was an iron worker, and they were paying 18% on their mortgage when rates were at 7. And I I said, "Guys, we got to refinance you. Why didn't you refinance already?" And both of them looked at me and goes, "Jeff, how would we know? We don't do this every day." And I'm like, "Yeah, good point." So a lot of our clients are not real estate agents. They're not loan officers. So you said something simple like this in front of them that comes into their email inbox every single month. It shows them in plain dollars and cents if they can save money or not. That way, they're not overpaying on a mortgage to a bank and they can save more of their money. Oftentimes, people talk about financial advisors. What Jenny, Melanie, and myself are, we're debt advisors, right? So we're going to stand in front of you and help you manage your debt in a great way. So, and you can do this too. So this report will go out for you and your clients will reach out to you.
And we're also
Um,
going to use this as a tool to see how much equity they have that we
mhm.
can pull to use a down payment on a new house.
Yep, yep, to do a bridge loan to buy that new one. And that's that. And I like this one too, right? So this property actually turned into a rental property. It shows long-term rental. How much could I get? Right now, I just signed a lease for 24.90 on this property. So this thing's pretty accurate. And the new tenant starts next month. It also shows them what they could do if they wanted to do an Airbnb on this property, right? So it's just, but they're going to call you as the expert. Like this gets the conversation started. It gets their brain thinking about, how can I generate income off of this property? Because when you send us a customer, we're not talking about just this property right here, right now. We're talking about the subsequent purchases as well. Because what I tell everybody is this: when you buy your first home, that gets you in the game. but that's not really an asset and that's not building wealth. The first one just gets you in the game. What we want you to do is own it for a year, 2, 3, 5, whatever. But then we want you to move out, rent this one out, and go buy the next one. Right. And that's how people build wealth. When you look at the wealthiest people on the planet, 90% of them build their wealth through owning real estate. And that's what we do on our team. We teach people how to build wealth through owning real estate. And this Home IQ report helps us do that whenever we show these numbers to them. And down here, to Melanie's point, could you trade up and get a new home? If you wanted to buy an investment property, if you wanted to purchase a second home, and it'll show them what the potentials are. And then here comes the conversation. They're going to reach out to you and go, how do I buy that second home? How do I buy that investment property? And the best part, like Jenny said, you set this thing and forget it. It does all the work for you. The only time you have to go to work is when they ask you a question and the email comes in.
Or if
And
you're
the
looking for more business.
yeah, yep. And then you're not, because I've heard, and you're branded, you're right here at the bottom of this thing every single time, right? And then you're coming out to them every single month. And for me personally, it just keeps tapping them and reminding them that I'm their loan expert. I'm the one they did it with. And everybody knows, like I always tell everybody, if I ever get to retire, I'm titled on my boat, it's always something. If anybody's gone through the loan process with you, you've built a great relationship with them because that's a tough time, right? It's not always easy. Sometimes it's a breeze, sometimes it's not, but they know who you are intimately. You were there for them on Saturday night when they were having a breakdown and they're like, I don't know if I can do this. You were their counselor. You went driving around with them through their community for 6 to 12 months. You built that relationship. And statistically speaking, people who are not first-time home buyers, when they were asked, if you're buying your second, third, fourth, fifth home, they were asked, would you have used the agent that you used before? Over 80% said yes. Less than 20% actually do, because people don't stand in front of their past database in a cool way. And Home IQ helps you fix that problem. So for you guys, it's free. You just set it, and Mandy and her team help you upload your database so you don't have to sweat that piece of it either. They get it organized for you, and then they turn it on and it goes to work for you. So Mandy, I just want to share that part of it. I know Jenny Lennon absolutely loves your pre-mover score, like predictive analytics, if you can show that piece. But
That's
also,
exactly what I was thinking as I
yeah.
was.
So I'll stop sharing now. And then Mandy, if you could share your screen and do that predictive analytics piece.
Awesome. So yeah, you nailed it. I think of us as really being two layered, because not only are we designed to keep you top of mind with the homeowner, but it's also designed to give you this inside scoop, or predictive analytics, taking advantage of AI to know who in your database is most likely to transact over the next 6 to 12 months. So what I think it was Jennifer was saying about when you're looking for new business, if you're trying to figure out, okay, well, of my past clients, who maybe has the most probability to move or transact over the next 6 to 12 months. And this pre-mover score is what that is calculating. We're looking at the relationship between how much equity the homeowner has in their home, how long they've lived in their home, how long people are typically owning homes in their market, and even factors we can pull from the county, such as marriage and divorce. All of those things contribute to a homeowner's pre-mover score. And so, yes, absolutely, we recommend that you come through and you sort this by pre-mover score, and this is your outreach. You're also going to be able to see opened and viewed rates from here. So after about a month of reports going out, what I also like to do is to set myself as a timer for about a month after the reports have gone out, and then come in here and sort by viewed. Who has viewed the report more than once in the month? Again, to me, that tells me that there might be some level of interest there, and I might be able to be of service. So that's one thing that I wanted to point out. The other thing that I wanted to point out, to Jennifer's point about this is not just for past clients. You should be running everyone through the filter of, well, let me ask you this. Who is, can I just play with who wants to play with one of the agents on the call? Can somebody answer a question for me? Come on.
Angela.
Huh? You're here with me?
Yep.
Okay. Angela, can I ask you a question? You already said yes.
Go ahead.
How many homeowners did you have conversations with last year?
Uh, roughly 200.
Wow, that you were in front of a lot of homeowners last year. Of those 200 homeowners who you got to have conversations with last year, how many of those homeowners now look to you as the expert when it comes to their home value or understanding their equity position?
About 60 constantly.
Okay, what if I told you that I could make that 200? It wasn't going to cost you anything and it was going to run in the background.
Let's bring it on.
All right.
I like it.
So, I mean, this is the solution uh, to again, like what Jeff was saying about the issue of retention that agents are having. I mean, it's not an issue of homeowners were unsatisfied. It's an issue of timing, right? You know, they weren't at the right place at the right time. And so, okay, I wanted to touch on that. So anyway, not only should you be including past clients, but also all homeowners is what I was thinking there. And then the other thing is, this is something that we're offering for a limited time. Jeff, this wasn't even going on whenever I talked to you previously. Do
I just saw this. Yeah.
Okay, so under your My Production view, a loan officer sees their production from their NMLS ID. What the agents see is their production from their MLS ID. Now, if any of your agents have come to you from another brokerage or some habits that may not have been the best, and they didn't have the best record keeping, and if they don't have the past 8 years contact data for their homeowners, we can skip trace that for them on the house. This is something that we're doing for a limited time. I don't know how long we're doing it. This is not something that you will
So
find
what,
anybody
let's
else
say
do.
the
Go ahead.
agents that are out there right now that are on there, how do they get you to do that for them if they don't have that information?
So I'm gonna put my email in the chat, and what you're gonna do is you're just gonna send me an email and say you were on the call today, and then just say, I'm Mandy, I'm missing either all 8 years, or I'm just missing, August of 18 until April of 2022, like whatever. Give me the window of time that you're missing, because oftentimes, like, they're just missing, EXP or whatever. They're just missing a window, whatever that is. Text me what that window is, and then I'll submit the request to skip trace
Okay.
that window of time.
Okay, perfect. That's great. Thank you.
Let's see. What else do I want to talk to you guys
Yeah.
about?
And so did you go into like the pre-mover score and like how that's derived and what, I mean, that basically shows them as agents, then if your borrower is out there or your client or past client or current client is searching on whether it be Zillow, Realtor, I mean, any of the sites, it starts to track what they're doing so that you can see that they're actively out there looking for houses. And so
So
then you can get in front of them, the higher the score, the higher the chances that they're going to move in the next, what did you say, 3 to 6 or 6?
6 to 12 months. What you're talking about is our active buyer analytics. And so those opportunities can be viewed under the opportunities tab once your homeowners get uploaded. But I'll show you an example of what is going on. How have you called these, Jeff?
I know. Like
What am I
I
going to
know.
do with you?
I
Jeff,
know. I
you're
know.
in big trouble. Where are you?
I know. I
Come
know.
back. Where'd he go?
I know.
He's gone. Hold on, I'm
Jeff
scrolling.
is
He knew
stuck.
he's a smart man.
Yeah,
Hey,
like we have,
I
yeah.
can hear you. I can hear you guys talking smack about me. I'm still here.
Yeah. What is going on? You got all the look. Did you call some of these active buyers?
Some of them are in the process, yes.
We have a
Jenny.
big problem right now in that we are super busy. So we have not been able to touch this lately.
Okay, well, gosh, opportunities is not a problem for you guys. Well, so yes, this is magically doing just what it should. It's dropping leads into your lap for you to be able to reach out to people. And I'll show you what some of the information that you can find. So on Devon, he has been looking as recently as March 17th. He's looking for a house in Pennsylvania for close to $800,000. If you don't call him, I'm going to. I'm not even licensed in Pennsylvania. But I mean, hello.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is
and then you guys will get the same exact thing. So like you can go in there and check out your database and see who has been house shopping, what they're kind of looking at. And then you know how, I mean, it's kind of some of the ones where I've in the past, like I've had a hard time because I'm like, how do I call them and be like, hey, Big Brother's been watching you? You know, like it kind of feels a little scary, you know what I mean?
well,
But you
you
had
don't say,
mentioned, Mandy, like a couple of great ways to just kind of like intro or segue into that, something like that.
well, just as simple as, let's talk about your current house. Have you done any have you done any home improvements on the home since you purchased it? The current home that they own.
Everybody responds and goes, Jeff, your timing is impeccable. And then I just end up having a conversation with them because then I go, hey, how can I help? And they're like, look, I'm looking at buying an $800,000 property in Pittsburgh. Can you help? And I'm like, yeah, let's go. So Jenny and Melanie, we already have that set up.
I think it would be
So
very easy also just to acknowledge it and say, hey, I see that you're signed up for our HomeIQ platform and I got the same email that you did. Did you see what, you can just kind of go from there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
And I think
Not
just
creepy.
so that the agents on here are aware, so like if you don't have your past database, she can help you get it for the past 8 years, and then you guys can add them in, and then she'll also help you upload them into the system. But then there's different, I mean, within like obviously there's the tabs on the left-hand side that have your production, so that'll be all your past closed or current database that you enter into there. Then it has the intelligence, which is like the pre-mover and the big brother kind of watching out there stuff, right?
The agents don't actually have the intelligence is where we can look up production data on agents and loan officers.
Okay. Nope. I was thinking of opportunity. Sorry.
Yes, this is the opportunities.
Yep. And then they still have access to the other ones too, then, right? Like the marketing pieces and the.
Yes. And I'm not, okay. I'm not on a company Zoom, right? Chris is here. Oh my goodness. I busted. I was going to show them. Oh, dang.
I love it.
You can show them. You can show them.
Can I? Oh, Chris. You guys. Oh my goodness gracious. I just glance over it real quick. Oh, I'm cracking myself up this morning.
Chris
Okay.
is also
All
from
right,
HomeIQ, guys.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to see, this is brand new news. And I'm all flustered because I've got eyes on me. But we are launching our new marketing suite as part of our new My Home IQ 2.0. And they barely, like yesterday at our Monday meeting, they saw that I was on the call and literally they were like, we're not even going to show you this because Mandy's going to start blabbing about it. And here I am blabbing about it. And then now there's evidence. But look at this. We are going to be launching single property sites. You're going to be able to set up all of your marketing for all of your listings with one click. I mean, you can add a listing in here. Where's my mouse going in here? But you can type in an address and it's going to pull through. It's going to pull through the listing it's going to pull through all of your listings. It's going to have marketing built into it. We are really excited to launch this. So we will, as soon as this is officially out, and we will be sure that we are back in front of you guys first to fully roll this out. But do know that we have some really exciting stuff coming regarding marketing. What's that?
How we doing? Sorry.
What's that?
Oh, I think John didn't realize he was unmuted.
Oh,
muted them.
okay. Well, anyway, we have very exciting things coming with regards to our marketing suite. And so give us a week, 2 weeks, and this will be officially out. And so we'll probably want to schedule another training with you guys and make sure that we get this. We get you guys up to speed on this, because I don't even want to show you this current marketing suite, knowing that what we have coming. But we have built into the current marketing suite, there is some social media content. So think of this as like the 1.0 version, and we've really enhanced that with what we're going to be launching here in the next week or so. But if you
Can you
think of
click
it,
on the one that says like the post for buyers or whatever, just so we can see what those are?
yeah, so
Okay.
so let's segue there. So what you see here are posts for buyers, and there is
Thank
content
you.
that's already been created for you. So there's images that have been curated that you can use, and a caption. And if you notice at the bottom of the caption here is a link to your landing page. You have a buyer pre-qual landing page. So let me show you guys what that looks like. If you click over, oh, you guys aren't logged in yet. So let me just show you this. So this is what your buyer pre-qual landing page looks like. And if you share this at an open house, you can also customize this. So I'll help you guys do that, and we'll get this looking really sharp for you guys so we can get this background looking really sharp and custom here. But when a borrower comes to this page, they can answer just a handful of qualifying type questions and see what they could qualify for. The great thing about this this landing page, or this using this web page, is you're going to get the answers to all of these questions, and so is Jeff. And so it's a great way for you to be able to work in tandem with one another for homeowners. And this one would be especially valuable to use for an open house. You could create a QR code for this page. Check this out. You could put this on an open house flyer, scan here to see what your home is worth. You could put this on a marketing piece, that like a door hanger, for example. I have a team. Let me show you this idea. I have a lender actually that had to up his subscription with us recently because one of his agent teams is consistently walking with door hangers, inviting people to their open houses. Let me show you this. So they're using a combination of this and this, the front of this and the back of this, with a real big QR code on the back of the door hanger. And the agents for this team are walking the 10 to 20 closest houses to the open house and inviting the neighbors over to the open house. And there's a real clear call to action on that door hanger that says, scan here to see what your home is worth. So it's bringing additional homeowners into that agent's network too. But anyway, this is.
And I've also heard of like agents doing that, like a circle prospecting. So let's say they sold a house in a certain neighborhood, they're going and making something like a door hanger like that, letting them know what they sold a house for in the neighborhood for, which then obviously perks people's ears because they're like, what? Their house sold for that? Well, my house is better than that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So put it on a just sold, put it on a just listed, and because how many times do you get those in the mail? You're like, oh, okay, great. Like, where's the call to action? What am I going to do with this? Like,
yeah.
What am I going to do with this? I want you to scan here to see what your home is worth. I mean,
So
that's
that
what
requires them to then enroll, and then they get the monthly emails as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And gosh, it's been a while since I heard this story, but we had an agent who was newer. She didn't have a big past client network. She had reached out to one of her title reps, and her title rep had generated for her a small farm of 75 homes around her neighborhood. And she had put those 75 homeowners into her My Home IQ because she got the list from her title rep. And on the 6th month, one of the homeowners called her and was like, is this really what my house is worth? And she's like, well, let me come over and take a look. Turned into $1 million listing. I'll never forget this story because this woman, she's a single mom like me. And she was like, this is the most expensive listing I've ever gotten. I never would have, like, this is not an opportunity that I would have had before. She was so excited. She was going to market it all over the place on Facebook and everywhere. But you never know. And so if you've got any agents that are newer to the business and want to, choose a small farm, that's also something that you could put those homeowners into it too. Like you're talking about for the circle prospecting, kind of the similar concept.
The biggest, I find the most frustrating, is you run into people and they're like, oh, I just closed. I mean, I just bought a house. I just sold a house. And you're like, what? Why wouldn't you have called me? You know what I mean? Like, and it's truly just like not malicious intent. Like they just didn't think of you because of whoever was in the room at the time they opened their mouth and said something. Then they're like, oh, I know a guy. And they're like, oh, okay. So they call. Well, it happens all too often where I mean, I hear that all the time, and it's frustrating because you work hard for your clients and you feel like you've built a relationship, and it's heartbreaking to have them, like, I didn't even think about you. And you're like, how could you not think about me? I'm your girl, like
Right.
it's
But like,
hard.
what were you really doing to position yourself as the expert in that person's world? I mean, again, like thinking about all the different people that you can add to your network. There was another agent who was newer to the business that this was a loan officer. Sorry, I'm getting my stories confused, but this loan officer, it's the same concept, but
Yep.
it ended up turning into a refi deal for him. But he didn't have many past clients. So it wasn't like we were going to skip trace a big past client network, or he was going to have something, a big network of people to drip on. So we were really like, gosh, what do we do with you? Well, for him, then the goal really turned into, how do we collect like Pokemon cards? Like, how do we collect as many homeowners as possible? So we had this goal for him. He was going to be a part of, he actually was the backing behind our Club 365, where you add just one homeowner a day to your My Home IQ account. But he adds the neighbors across the street and husband and a wife. And I guess the husband had been telling the wife, we don't have any money. And I guess the wife saw the Home IQ report and saw that they were sitting on over $400,000 worth of equity, and was like, oh, honey, dear, actually we do. And I guess they were on the verge of retirement. She'd been wanting to retire, and she was able to do that and open up a dog grooming business. And this loan officer told me that he was checking the mail, and the neighbor comes over. She's checking the mail too. And she said to the loan officer, she said, you changed my life. You completely changed the trajectory of my life with what you did for me, with what you showed me. I was stressed out. I was miserable. And she points back at this piece of crap, like child molester van in the driveway. And she's like, that's my whole dream right there. That's my whole life. Like he said, like the vibrancy and the life in her face. He said that it gives me goosebumps to this day when I tell that story and I think about what really happened there. But you never know, who you can help and who you can be of service to. And
Andy, Jeff has asked if you could define skip tracing.
Sure. So under this My Production View, we pull in your production history from your MLS ID for the last 8 years. We have a feature that allows us to skip trace or enrich those contacts, meaning that we're going to go out and we're going to locate the contact information. We have a third party that we are contracted with that will help us locate phone numbers and email addresses for your past clients. And then we upload that information that we located through the skip tracing up into our My Home IQ system. And those past clients of yours start receiving reports.
Very cool. So for any of you that weren't good at keeping track of who your past clients were, this is a great opportunity for you, and she can help you do that. Like I said, she can also help you guys upload into your, get your clients into this, essentially it's a CRM. So it's just, it's a way for you to keep track of your clients' current, past, and and then also kind of keep an eye on them, and as well as set it and forget it if that's all you really want to do. But
Jenny, so this allows them to upload spreadsheets of contacts?
yes.
Think of homeowners like this. I just thought of this on the call, Pokemon cards. This actually works, but like it's homeowners. We're collecting homeowners like Pokemon cards because of this situation. Like Jennifer said, like you don't ever want somebody in your network to not be thinking of you as the expert. So yes, not just when I think of spreadsheets, I think of like past clients. So think of like homeowners. We want to add as many homeowners as we possibly can.
And when you guys were seeing like Jeff's information on there, that'll be your information on there when you're the uploader of that creation.
Yes.
So Like it'll be, the flyers will be going out with your name on them. It'll be you staying top of mind. And essentially they do that part of it and send out those type of flyers. And then you have also, all the other tools that are in there. There is training that they do have as well on there so that you guys can capitalize and use it to its fullest because it is free to you guys. And, to be honest, like when I got in there and started digging, I was like, dear God, this is like like a gold mine, there is opportunities everywhere and you really don't see those like, especially on something that is like a free platform, but then it has all the other great tools. So
I'm starting to see a few people jump. So I just
Yep,
wanted to let
yep.
everyone know that Jeff provides this to agents that work for him. So if anyone wants to take advantage of it, please reach out to myself, Jenny, or Jeff, and we can send you a link to get registered.